Hey everyone, welcome to today's Zero to Hero episode number 8. And we're going to be talking about a white Christmas. My name's Jason O'Neill. I'm coming to you from fairly sunny Jacksonville, Florida.
Hey, I'm Jerry Mills, and today we are on location. So coming to you from a sweet hotel in San Francisco, California. Should be a nice sunny day actually today. So we're gonna go see some sights, maybe some sort of bridge or something I've heard about.
Oh yeah, welcome to today, Jerry. Where you guys? What bridge you guys thinking about going to see?
I think there's some sort of like Golden Bridge or something like that. I hear about it. I don't know, So I think I've seen a picture or two somewhere.
Yeah, wow, that's going to be fantastic, man. That's what this time of year is all about, right? Is to get to celebrate, our successes, some of the not so successes that have made it possible, right, for us to be here sitting today. And you guys traveled, you guys just got off a plane all day yesterday. So for those of you that are watching this, you guys just literally traveled with a 2-month-old baby yesterday on the plane.
3 months old. Yeah, 3 months old a few days ago. So yeah, it was an experience for sure. We were talking about that before the broadcast started, but we're grateful to be having a business that allows that lifestyle to happen and to be on location, and the power of the internet, that we can do this from a hotel room. It's pretty amazing.
Yeah, it's incredible, the stuff that we get to do these days. Like this year, I know that I've traveled more than I've ever traveled in my entire life combined. And, every single time that I travel, the coolest thing is the businesses are running, they're up and operational, they're successful, money's coming in. And it's like this weird paradigm shift that I've had from just a couple of years ago, where money used to be really, really difficult to make. And traveling was certainly not in the cards, financially for me a couple of years ago. And this year's been awesome. And I know that you've done some traveling along this year as well.
Yeah, same thing. And you just got back from an awesome trip too, just right a couple days ago or yesterday.
New York City, yeah. Just the grandness of that city. It was very humbling. It was cool to go up there for Christmas. What I love about this time of year is really just being able to get back to your roots on what's important. Sometimes, how it is in the beginning of the year, we have our New Year's resolutions and, we're hot on to something for a short period of time, but life gets in the way sometimes and we stop, maybe focusing in certain areas and we fall down here and, it's a constant journey. And this time of year is so cool because we get to reflect and, get to spend it with loved ones. You guys are celebrating your first Christmas together, so congratulations for that. That's
thanks, buddy. Yeah. It's been sweet, and you just never know what a year can bring, right? And hey, by the way, it's interesting to see you. You look a little different than our last hangout. What's going on? Let's see some ups.
Man, this standing desk is incredible. I want to. I don't know if I can get a good view of it, but here's I don't think that's coming through real great, but it's pretty awesome. I've been standing literally for the last 2 days, while working. So
pretty sweet, man.
Yeah.
Now we both have standing desks.
Yeah. Holy cow. You hear so much good things about them. And now that I have this desk, it's I'm just stoked all day. I love it. I feel way more productive. If I could just get this camera to stick, we will be good. So what we're going to talk about today, guys, first and foremost, we're going to be launching our podcast on iTunes here on the very 1st of January. So make sure that you stay tuned for the podcast launch. That way you can listen to us in the car. We're going to be taking some of our previous episodes, turning them into podcasts. We're going to be coming up with more episodes that are specific to the podcast as we kind of grow and learn this stuff. The way that I like doing stuff and what I love about this is we're learning as we go. We have all these little tech issues and all this stuff that we deal with along the way. And, it's a really fun process for us to go through. So I'm looking forward to that podcast. I think that, we're going to be able to really do some good things, you know, in 2016 to really help, you know, those people that are probably at places that we were not too long ago.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that people being able to have that kind of like like they're sitting down with us, you know, having a cup of coffee or having a drink or something and just kind of talking shop like you would do if you would meet somebody at an event and say like, how'd you do this? Or how'd you get from here to there? Like, it's going to be like just hanging out with us as we talk about our journey from zero, you know, from starting out to going through the ups and downs, right? Of the different problems, and, you know, there's always, you know, the opportunities and then, you know, the pushback, and then how do you overcome that, and so forth. And we were talking about that again, you know, right before we started. So I think that people are going to be really intrigued to be able to hear that, okay, yeah, it's, you start with an idea, you start with a hope, but then it's like, okay, how do we navigate through the waters of entrepreneurial life and business, and that it is possible. These two guys are doing it, and hey, I can do it too.
It's fun, you know, because we get to document the process along the way. And like, this is really honestly one of the golden nuggets to being a successful business person, is to simply kind of like do something, even if it's not perfect, and just keep like kind of learning from the imperfections. Like you, like anytime you launch anything, like I know with the drop shipping business, like, yeah, I mean, when we first started, we did so many, like we did everything completely different than the way that we do it now. You know, we have softwares and stuff that do things that we didn't even know existed when we got started. Imagine like if we never started, you know, like, you know, like we wouldn't have been able to make the adjustments. And it's the same thing with this. It's the same process, you know, as we do these episodes, we figure out, you know, like what people like, what they're reacting to, and, you know, like how we can deliver our message in a way that people enjoy tuning in. And, you know, like it's always my goal to just be able to like be honest and upfront with people. Doesn't always mean that like things are rosy and, you know, sunshines and rainbows all the time. You know, I just, you know, I know looking back over the last several years of, you know, the journey as we're doing the book. By the way, we're 8 chapters in, super excited about that. We got our 8th chapter done yesterday, well, recorded. So the way that the process works, just for any of you who have ever thought about doing a book, you don't have to be able to write, by the way. I'm not writing the book. The way that it kind of works is, you like, we do these recording sessions every single Tuesday at noon, and my ghostwriter will come onto the call and we'll record that chapter. Typically, our chapters have been about 10 to 13 minutes usually. And every single chapter is just a different story. It's a different, you know, like right now we're going through from when I was 22 all the way up to about 34 years old of my life, and just all the really crappy jobs that I had and all the lessons that I learned along the way. We talk about the pest control job. And when I walked into this, like literally I walked into this house and roaches are every freaking where in the house. And it's so fun to just like reflect and go back on these times and like be able to just come to the present too and see like that entire journey and all the freaking stuff that happened along the way to, you know, like it seems like it's an overnight success, but it's literally just years and years worth of small little nuggets that you pick up here and there because you're tuning in. You're just, you're conscious about it. You know, like once you become conscious about like what you want and you start like opening your ears up, it's funny how like, it's funny how that happens, isn't it? Like how, like when you think about something, how it magically just like somehow appears in the form of like, oh, like I can't believe that. Have you ever had that experience where you were just thinking about something and then someone said something? It's like, dude, I was just thinking about that. Like literally, I was just thinking about that just a second ago, because you're paying attention, right? You're just more conscious that you're thinking
or if
about
you're
that.
like, I'm gonna give I haven't talked to so and so. I haven't talked to them in a while, and they call you like in the next 5 minutes. But you're thinking to give that person a call. Kind of crazy.
Yeah, it is. And you know, like with the book and stuff, you know, I know it's been like one of the crowning moments of a fantastic year, to get to where we're at with with the book, you know, like to get to the 8th chapter. And it's exciting because when we roll it out, and like people like you guys who have been around for the journey, you get to read the book and you get to hear some different stuff, you know, and it's like, holy cow, that's really funny and weird. And you know, like it's been a lot of perseverance over the years. So like the purpose of this show is really just to show perseverance does pay off. You know, it's not this like straight journey. There's a lot of freaking road bumps, and it doesn't matter where you're starting. You know, all it matters is you get started and you know, you keep on the road, right?
Yeah, I mean, and it's so cool your book coming out and going through it. It's neat to hear a little bit of how the process works too. You know, how the sausage is made, so to speak.
Yeah,
it makes me go, oh, that'd be interesting. You know, but you know, even just hearing you talk about like all those, we could have a 3-part series on the crazy jobs that we've had. You know, from pest control for you to product pitchman a la Billy Mays for me, you know, and I think like when I hear you talking about that, the thing that pops to me is just like, but you never quit, you never gave up.
Yeah.
And how many people though give up on their dreams, or just, you know, they take a couple, they say, well, I tried that thing, you know, I tried that network marketing, you know, and it's just a scam, you know, and then they go back to their desk job and say, oh, don't do that, you know, it doesn't work, you know.
Yeah, trying is the worst thing in the world. Like doing it, you can't try to do something.
Yeah.
I have a good example. Like I have this mouse that's sitting right here on the desk. I can try to pick it up, right? But like I can either pick it up.
You literally have a live mouse on your desk?
That's crazy.
You are badass.
I am crazy. I am crazy. So I would have loved to see you as a pitchman, by the way. That would have been fun.
Oh man, yeah. Maybe I'll reenact it. You know, when I see you in a few weeks down in Florida for our event.
What store were you doing the pitching in?
We would do it in Kmart's and Sears as a couple, and some nicer stores. You might not have. I don't think you have them down there, but they're Carson, Perry, Scott, Bon-Ton stores. So, yeah.
You guys hear little Remy in the background? I hear little Remy.
There she is.
Right, she's having a good time.
Yeah, she's getting hungry. She's getting hungry. Mommy's working on it, but it's our new adventure. As a lot of people out there know, when you have a baby, it's sort of like we call her the 10-pound dictator. She drives the action, and we just try to adjust. You know, she's good at asking for what she needs, right? Yeah. Change me, feed me, put me to bed.
She doesn't know any better. That's like life right there. I wake up, I get fed, I get pampered, awesome. I get dressed. This is awesome. Like, wow, getting old.
She gets driven around in her own car, you know, so she's got a chauffeur everywhere. It's perfect.
You know, to me, man, like this time of year is about thinking about legacy, you know, like getting back from New York City and seeing like the history that was there, and, you know, the amount of people that have passed through that city, that have, you know, looked at the Statue of Liberty, that, you know, fell in the 9/11 attacks, you know, that died at that, you know, all the good, the bad, you know, the high rises along the road, you know, every which where, the Central Park area, you know, like the amount of people that lived in those houses, you know, over the years, right? You know, and like the only thing that really like I walked away from that trip was thinking about was legacy, and like what is the impact that we can leave on the world. And like right now, what's exciting, the purpose of that is like you have like a brand new 3-month-old baby, and you know, like you're starting to have a pretty unique way of being able to like share your legacy and your world with her. So she'll be set up from such a better place than most people, you know, starting out. And, you know, like hopefully she carries that torch and creates a bigger legacy, you know?
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's true. You look back over this year and the things that we're grateful for, and yeah, I mean, no more no bigger thing for us than having a healthy, happy first child, and it's a whole new entrepreneurial adventure, learning how to be a parent and all that sort of thing. And you have somebody that you're protecting and looking out for, and you want to be safe and well, and yeah, you have hopes and dreams for, and it also marks you in terms of, like you're talking about with legacy, is like, how do I be the best dad for her? How do I be a better person so that, so I think that there's, until you have a kid, it forces you really to get out of that, your why becomes much bigger, why you do things. And because it's not just about you or your own things, it's those things, but so that this person can, to grow up, with the best of what he needs to become that person that, I believe, God intends them to be, and try and protect them from the slings and arrows of the world as much as possible, but also knowing that you can't ultimately
just prepare someone to go out there
and
do their best every day. That's what's exciting about just being able to like reflect on previous years and like come to now. Like, remember, like, I just remember when we were getting started, like with you guys, like a year ago, with the drop shipping business was doing okay, but it was just like, it was still in like this area that had a lot of like messiness going on with it. And now it's like a year later, you've made so much progress, and like the next year, you get to make so much more progress. And because like you're like at a higher level and you're pushing yourself beyond your previous limits, like, that really does start compounding, right? That 1% rule really does keep going, and it allows you to give more back to your family, to your community, to be able to, give Remy a better life, to give her a better opportunity to take advantage of all the amazing opportunities that we have here in the US, because there's an incredible amount of opportunity out there in the world if people are just looking for it. Like it's there in abundance. And like our thing is we can just give back in terms of like hope for other people too, a little bit of just showing that like regular people can have regular lives, and we don't have to make everything all polished. How like everything's so polished these days, and like you're not allowed to just like actually be who you really are. You have to be who people think that you are. Like, that's what I love about doing stuff like this, is because it allows people to really get to see like what's really going on in life. And like we get to talk about those things a little bit, and gives us a platform. It's exciting to be able to do,
Totally.
We'll connect with some people, and some people will be like, wasn't a fan.
Some people are buying standing desks right now.
Dude, this thing's amazing.
I'm
going to put a plug out there. Varidesk.com, VARIDESK.com. Like, go there. I got this like standing desk, and this monitor mount is just amazing. Like, these monitors, I can move like any different direction, like up and down, and it's really cool. I mean, I'm not like the tallest person in the world. I'm only 5'9".
You're not?
No.
Really?
I mean, the computer makes me look tall.
Hey man, everybody's tall on video, right?
Yeah.
Like, dude, a lot of the Hollywood actors are really short. Tom Cruise is very short. Dustin Hoffman. So many actors are really short, and but it actually works because they're easier to balance the camera levels with other actresses that way. So kind of interesting. If people are looking for standing desks too, I'll point out they may not have heard of this, that it's actually what Jason's talking about, the Varidesk. That'll go on your regular desk and allow you to use it as a regular desk, or you can stand up and it raises up, but it sits on top of a normal desk. So, because a lot of people have never heard of this, I'm sure,
Oh man, it's changed my life. Like, it really has changed my freaking life. Like, I'm excited Like, it's so cool. I've been so much more productive. Just like there's a difference in me standing up versus sitting down. Like, there's just more energy. My mind's vibrating at a higher level. Something's happening, you know, like I don't feel tired or anything. I mean, and just for the health benefits, like the amount more that, you know, calories that we're burning, and, you know, gotta like fitness is a lifestyle anyways, but this is like an easy start to like getting our
It's a
bodies in
step.
shape. Yeah.
It's a step. It's something that I took this year too. It was one of those things, the same sort of thing, right? We both have talked about wanting to do better with our different health goals and everything. And mine was the same way. And so I actually bought a pub table, or a counter height, like dining table. And so I used that as a standing desk, and I bought I forget what they're called, but a standing mat. So it's better for your feet and joints and everything. But I've got a little egg timer, you know, that I'll turn over, and it goes 15 minutes. So I try and like stand, in little 15-minute chunks, move around, you know. Everybody can see I'm a coffee drinker, so I'll go get more coffee. But it's that staying in motion that's just better for your heart. It's better for your life. And yeah, man. I mean, we both have. There's an example. I mean, there's two things this year where, you know, we had a goal, but then it's like, let's take action on it. And wouldn't you say, Jay, like when we look over the things that we're, you know, grateful for, how much more in the last couple of years, just setting goals, taking action towards your goals and dreams, doesn't that make you better at just taking action? You know, I mean,
well, it's who you become in the process, you know, like to achieve a goal, you have to become a different person, you know, like you literally have to grow. So like, that's why, like, you can set goals as lofty as the universe. Like only we determine how big our goals are. Like it's our internal beliefs that we can actually accomplish one of those things that we put out. I think a lot of times, like, it's scary for people to put their goals down and like really focus on them, because they're scared of what happens if they don't make it happen. Right. It's just another letdown in life. But, you know, as you start achieving small daily incremental goals, like that 1% a day is really the key. You know, like you start accomplishing those small daily incremental goals for the bigger vision, you know, like you start breaking things down for the bigger vision, then it gets easier for you to do. Like, you know, a lot of people, when they come into, you know, the drop shipping space, when we ask, like, how much money do you really need to make per month to be able to like live life and survive and, you know, accomplish what it is that you're looking to accomplish. And a lot of times, like, people don't really give that a lot of thought. So they come out with like a standard number of $10,000. That's usually I need to make 10 grand. It's like, all right. But you know, to get to that 10 grand, there's a lot of like those little daily steps that's along the way. And if you can master that, if you can master the daily disciplines of life, and you can, you know, really focus on that, like it really does compound over time. Like hitting goals, like what used to be a goal, eventually gets to be, it's like, geez, like I can't believe that's all the goal was, you know,
right?
That's all it was, you know,
like our initial goals, you know, making so much a day or week drop shipping, you know?
Yeah, man, $40 a day. Holy cow. It's turned into like quite a journey. That's for sure, man. Like 2 years. It's been a little bit over 2 years. Like our two-year anniversary was 11 days ago from when we very first opened up our drop shipping store.
Yeah, about the same for us too.
It's crazy to think about it. Like, standards change. Have you noticed your standards have changed in life too?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah,
you know,
absolutely.
Like days that used to feel like, you know, huge successes would now be a little bit of a disappointment.
Well, I mean, and to your point, then to turn it back around is like, and to be real, I want to do a better job of being grateful for these good things, because then, like, I get frustrated. It's like, man, we only did 3K yesterday. I'm gonna, you know, get on my team and everything, where it used to be like, oh my gosh, and there, you know, to do that in a month, you know, was huge, you know, and then to do that in a week was huge. And now I'm get irritated because it's not the standard that I want for that day. So that balance between wanting driving towards those goals and high standards, yet being grateful and being able to, balance that. That's still a work in progress, I would say, for me.
Expectations, right? Expecting everybody to be perfect. And, I go through it too. I think that part of it's like when you're employing people, there's challenges with, like it's easy when it's just you, right? Like you can rely on yourself, but when you have to start giving up a little bit of that control and like hoping that like someone's actually going to do what they're supposed to do and like putting faith that it's going to get done. Like, and if it doesn't get done exactly and on your time schedule, it can be a little stressful, right? Like I wanted it done by now because like you want to hit that next goal. And, I face it. I face it every day. And like, what's been like really a big thing, since like discovering it, was just my morning routine. The morning routine sets the day up for success. I know where I'm at in life, depending on if I'm doing it or if I'm not doing it. And like the 1% day or per day, like the momentum, I need to get the momentum where it's so far over here that, like no matter whatever happens, if I fall down a day or two, that the momentum's so far over here that, it's not something that completely derails the entire process of accomplishing and getting, like it's my goal to be financially stable forever. My goal is to be able to help people live better lives, to make a difference in the world. And in order for me to do that, I got to focus on that stuff every single day and get into a place of being grateful for just even having the opportunity to do it, because it can be stressful if you're not focusing on like the opportunity. If you're focusing on the burden, then the burden can sometimes just be really, really heavy, like when, you know how it is as a business owner, we deal with stuff on the back end that nobody gets to see. We deal with those people that are really mean and nasty and hurtful, and they make you question yourself. Like, why am I doing this? Like, if this is the way that someone wants to react, like why am I doing this? But you get grateful for the 400 people over here that are just like massively successful and they're changing their lives. And I know that the morning ritual of just getting into a place of gratitude, taking a walk, a lot of times that's where I do my little daily videos in the morning for the group, is like when I'm just taking a walk and just going through, what I'm grateful for a lot of times, and sets the whole day up. It's a morning thing. Before I come to work, I want to make sure that I've gone through that process of at least preparing myself emotionally and mentally for the day, because it can get stressful as a business owner if you're not prepared for the day, because it's going to throw curveballs at you. It's never just a straight line. Like there's going to be curveballs. There's going to be people coming to you. There's going to be issues that arise. And then like, sometimes I don't think people should be business owners, because it's like, they don't understand what they're getting into, like as a business owner. But like, there's nothing more satisfying than building a business and helping people and, employing people and providing opportunities for them. So like, it makes it all worth it, right? We get to the place of gratitude. I'm grateful for my team. I'm grateful for the people who work for me. I'm grateful for you. I'm grateful for Alex. I'm grateful for our entire community. Like, you guys make this just such a special thing. Like, this year's been amazing because of you. Like, we're doing a webcast right now. This is so awesome. Like, this is just so fun. And I can't wait for the next year and to be able to reflect back and say, this is all the growth that we've had. And these are the road bumps that we've encountered, and, like, follow through on things that we need to freaking follow through on, stuff that we put out there. Today we're going to get fit. We're going to get fit, follow through.
Yeah, same way. We're grateful for you and just the community that we have, the awesome people that are there helping one another. Kind of like lifting partners or running partners. That are with you and that are inspiring you to the next step. That you can, our awesome Skype group of people that are, solving problems in real time. There's always little things, and that's worth its weight in gold. But then just having awesome people that like sent us baby gifts, for Remy, from our group that maybe we've spent a day or two with, or always calling, always, you know, I think of people like Sandy and Linda, you know, they're just amazing, just amazing hearts. And yeah, it's been so cool and inspiring for this next year. In fact, you know, it was so cool to go through our team in the Philippines and give them their 13th month bonus, you know, yesterday, and them sending us little messages back and forth of how much it meant to them and how much this helps their family there, you know, that it's a third world country. They don't have as much. And that's really cool to be able to have that and say, wow, I'm impacting these families, you know, all over, you know, across the world. And that's what this business is also providing, is hope for other people, you know. So thankful for capitalism. Communism doesn't do that.
Oh, that's what I'm saying. Like, we have a global economy. We have a world of opportunity. If we can think it, we can make it happen. You know, really the difference between success and failure is the stuff that we focus on. Like, you think about it, like, what's some of the biggest challenges people struggle with when they're starting? They're scared that, you know, if I put all this work in to something that, you know, there's a chance that it might not work out because it, you know, in our business, Amazon might suspend us, right? So why try, you know, why try to go do it? And you just miss out, like, you know, like that fear, like when you're fearful of something, you're not coming from a place of gratitude. Like you didn't just see it, but like what happened when you started talking about your team, like everything changed with the way that you're communicating about the business. Like, this business is awesome. I have all these people, like, I'm grateful for them, grateful for me, like I'm making a difference in the world. And that fills up the love bucket, right? That fills up the fulfillment bucket.
Yeah.
You know, and like that you're not coming from a place of fear, like, and you're doing something good for other people too. Like, that's what it's all about, you know, is being able to give back in the best way that we can, right? Give back to the people over there by providing jobs. And you know, their families are so grateful. Like, I got a message from one of my people earlier, and I can be really difficult on my people. Like, I'm a hard manager. Like, I run the ship, you know, like, and I make sure I demand greatness from people. Like, that's what I want. And, you know, like, I can be a little difficult. And I said, hey man, like, I know that I can sometimes be difficult with you, but I'm really grateful for everything that you do for our business. And he says back to me, he says, hey, you know, like, you're just getting to know me. I'm getting to know you. And, you know, like, you don't know how much it means to us that you provided us with this opportunity, you know? So, like, they know how to deal with Big Bad Mean Jay when he gets on his kick. But,
oh yeah, I've seen that in action.
Yeah. I mean, you know, that's one of the things. Like, that's why, like, I've had success though, is because, like, I run, like, I demand greatness. Like, that's what I want out of, like, the people that I associate with. I want them to be great, you know, and, like,
absolutely,
we don't have time for people who don't want to achieve bigger and better things in life.
But
you know,
you have to have that balance, don't you? We all have seen, like, think of like growing up, right? When we had when you'd have teachers, you know, maybe new teachers, their first year, and some would try and be the friend of the students, you know, and they never lasted. You know? It's the ones who maybe were probably overdoing it, being tough, but they knew they were starting off, and they had to start from, hey, you're going to get my respect. You know, you're going to respect me. And first, and then maybe they softened over the years when they came into their fullness, you know. But yeah, absolutely, it's that it's that balance between, you know, and that's, I mean, we're same way, you know. So but yeah, it's that ability to give back, isn't it, that really, it does inspire you, it does fill you up. And even like talking about this now, like one of my goals and one of the things that I'm going to go through the next year, and being able to talk about this with you and those out there, is a way also of owning it, so that people say, hey, how's that going? Is that I'm going to create some bit of content every single day in 2016, so that, because I know that as a communicator, that it does, in giving back and sharing about maybe what I'm going through, experiences, maybe nuggets of coaching, that it doesn't just benefit the person, who's listening to it, but it actually benefits me. The more that I do that,
Yeah.
the more I'm going to feel grateful, the more I'm going to grow as a speaker and communicator and give better content moving forward that they're going to stack on each other. So I say, I've got to get in that habit, right? We're talking about these daily rituals like the morning in gratitude. I'm going to get in this daily ritual of producing some sort of video or written content or audio every single day in 2016. So
Nice.
there it
Nice.
is.
That's
There
it.
it is.
That's a very amazing goal right there. Wow. Hey, that's going to be a good one right there. You know, I mean, that there's so much growth that will happen out of that itself. You know, you connect with people. Like, it's been the coolest thing. Like, that is one of the like the big secrets of, you know, being a marketer is,
Yeah.
you know, really it's all about just connection, right? It's about connecting with your audience, and that's how you get to connect. Like, social media has made it possible. Like, it can be social media can be like one of those things is like, geez, get off your cell phones. But it's also like something that it does allow us to connect with the world in a way that just hasn't really been all that possible before, you know? And like, there's so many people out there that literally want something better with their life. You know, we've had so many people come through our program. Some of them probably shouldn't be business owners. Like, you know, like, that's just the way it is, right? Some people should not be looking, like, their minds need to get fixed before they're ever going to have success in business. But then you have those people who come and it's like, wow, you know, I'm so glad that I continuously did that, like, put that type of stuff out there into the world, because like, it created a friendship, it created a relationship that, you know, it wouldn't have happened otherwise if you weren't willing to get out there and do that, you know, share the journey. We're all like humans. Like, everybody's got a very unique journey too, you know, like you've got a 100% unique journey to yourself, and it's going to be fun. Like, I can't wait to just watch, you know, you're goofy and you're quirky, and it's going to be fun to just watch you come out, man, and do that more. Oh, hell, it'll make our show even better too, you know? It'll make our show better.
There we go.
That's it. You know, like, giving back is really what it's always been about. I like making money. Don't get me wrong. I love it. Like, I wouldn't be able to, I would not ever want to go back to like the way that it used to be. Right.
Yeah.
Like, you know, that's one thing that I think people need to accept as business owners is you have to want to make money. Like, money's not a bad thing. If you make money by providing value into the world and doing good things, and, you know, like, you can have an endless amount of it. And part of it's just giving back, you know, giving back to people who could use, you know, the help and
just think
things, you know?
think about I think about, you know, your event this past summer, and you know, what making money and building a business has done is afforded you to be able to impact more lives through your friend, through the association that you already had with your friend Tim. And I think that as we're coming down to the end of the year here, everybody is looking at their end of the year giving so they can reach their, you know, charitable donation numbers for their taxes, or just to give at the end of the year because it's Christmas, it's the Christmas season. It's all about, you know, when I think about that, it's like, how much has God given to us? How can I give back to help others? And I think it'd be really valuable for them to hear more about your friend Tim and what he's doing.
So yeah, a foundation that I sponsor, it's we give back to maybe sponsor is not like a great word, but we give back to is called the Tim Callahan Foundation. Tim's like one of my lifelong friends. Like, I played football with him. He's an awesome athlete, and I grew up as an athlete, and we used to play flag football every weekend. We'd travel around. We'd always have a good time. And one day Tim went out there to the football fields, and he ended up getting paralyzed out there. And just playing flag football, his neck got like rolled up under his body, and he wasn't able to walk. Like, he wasn't able to feel anything. And literally there was a long, arduous journey back to, being able to walk again. And now he's like a functioning, just like, regular life. I mean, things aren't the same. Like, he's not able to like move his neck in certain directions and stuff, but like, he's fought through such adversity to be able to walk again. And, he's sharing his journey with kids. His foundation's all about helping kids get off the streets and, learn about athletics and learn about through doing free sports camps. So the only way that he can do those camps is through donations. He doesn't make any money on doing the camps. So like, I think it's a great way for me to be able to help him get his message out there and give back, because like, I love sports, and I think sports is just one of those common denominators that's good for kids to grow up with. Can't make your kids play sports, but like, it's such a good thing. It keeps them out of trouble. The associations that you make through sports, the impact that it has on your social life. There's so many different areas that just playing sports can affect you in a positive way that allows a kid to grow up and have a better life and be more influential in the world and do bigger and better things. Sports is usually that area that teaches people how to like be a team, and come together as a team, and you can be part of the team, or you can be the all-star on the team, like everybody's got their role. So like, I just think it's a fantastic cause, what he's doing. Tim's such a fantastic guy. One of the nicest people. Like, you'd never see him say, he was never someone that like, felt sorry for himself when he was going through, the rehab. He was someone that, had tremendous faith, and he had tremendous courage to keep pushing and not accept the prognosis of you're never going to be able to walk again. And, he's just sharing his story and his journey. He could tell it a whole lot better than I am, but like, Tim's a dear friend, and I love being able to support his cause. And, it's fun when he does his events and he has people come to the event, and it's fun to just be around and, watch him do what he does. So
that's awesome. That's awesome. And
you can learn more about that at timcallahanfoundation.com. I'm sorry. I probably should have plugged that.
I posted it in the chat box, and we'll put that in the links for the show and in the link for our Skype group as well.
Cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So that's just one way as business owners that we can give back, like it's tax deductible, but like, we shouldn't just do it just for the tax deductions. We should do it because it's like a good thing to do. And like, I enjoy being able to do that. And like, moving into 2016, it is one of my, my hopes to be able to contribute substantially more into charities. Like, a percentage of all of our proceeds go over to the Tim Callahan Foundation, and we're going to continuously grow our philanthropic efforts and, keep using our blessings that we have to be able to give back to people of the world and, do other good things for the communities.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
That's the vehicle of a business, like a couple of years ago, who would have thought that, would be in a position, to be able to do it. And it's a real blessing,
right?
Like I'm eternally grateful for everything. And, it feels good to do it in a way that we're doing it where people are like, we do have a fantastic community, and we have so many people who are having success. And, we have a big get together in a couple of weeks at our next event, our inner circle event. So that's exciting. That's really humbling. I remember last time, I think I like personally, like I was behind the scenes, like choked up several times, but it's a cool, humbling experience to go from the zero to the hero, and it's just a constant evolution about moving forward. You're never truly a hero until you die, then it's how are you remembered, and that's what life's about for me, is how will I be remembered? Hopefully I'm remembered as a person that did good by the world. There's people that go out there and want to throw daggers at me. Hopefully there's enough of them that want to come defend me, That's
right, baby. You know it. Yeah, a few weeks to go. We'll be rocking it. That'll be awesome. And we'll be moving into 2016. And just a reminder to everybody that we've got our podcast starting here in the new year, 2016. So, we'll still be hanging out here on Google, but you'll be able to subscribe to our podcast on iTunes or Stitcher or any of your, favorite podcasting apps. If you're not if you haven't been into podcasts, it's a really awesome way to just grow. We look at contribution, we look at growth, that it's in a lot of ways, it's like reading books, it's like getting coaching, and it's free, podcasts are free, and we'll have our Zero to Hero podcast. And I mean, there's other awesome podcasts out there. I'm sure we'll mention, and we'll have show notes for the podcast. So you can see like links to organizations we're talking about in that episode, like in this, like we would do with this one if this were a podcast. We'll have a link to the TimCallahanFoundation.com and that sort of thing. And we're excited about it. It's going to be just another way that we can grow just by talking and hanging out with each other and talking about different topics, and encourage others to join us on that Zero to Hero growth journey that Jason's talking about. That you're never there, but you're always setting that goal of, how do I become, a better man, a better woman, a better parent, a better business owner, a better leader, a better friend, a better son or daughter in your life. And that's what we're all about. That's what we're looking forward to in the new year. And we invite you. We'll have more information we'll be sending out so that you can easily subscribe to that and be a part of what we're doing.
Man, you said it. You said it. Well, thank you, Jerry, for joining us today. You and Alex and Remy have an amazing Christmas. It's a blessing to have your very first Christmas together. I'm sure that you guys are excited. So,
and you too, buddy. You and Nicole. And are you hanging around there? Are you going to see folks? Are they coming there? What are you doing?
Yeah, we'll be here. We'll be here. So it's not the same as it used to be. So we're having to recreate our own Christmas traditions here. But
that's right. There's always new traditions you're making, right?
New beginnings.
That's awesome.
So yeah, we had our trip to New York. So yeah, it's been a great year. And make sure that you tune in to the podcast. It's just a different way to be able to get, what we're putting down, for you guys. It's all about sharing the journey and, celebrating in your successes too. So let us know, give us some feedback. Let us know what you think. Give us some comments below. Let us know, what's resonating with you. Tell us how we can serve you better and provide content that you guys are looking for, and we'll do our best to keep delivering it for you. So thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you on the next episode.
See you next time.